Water rushing over Highway 54 and the destruction it caused is one image of the flood of '93 that will stay with us for a long time. The closing of both Highway 63 and 54 was the result of a hard-fought battle against Mother Nature that was just not winnable.
They said it would never happen, but today the Missouri River swallowed up the northbound lanes of Highway 63, shutting down traffic in both directions from Jefferson City to Ashland.
Go all the way around. You have to go all the way around Columbia and come back through. It's all closed up there. Water over the Turkey Creek Bridge.
Where were you planning on going?
Moberly?
Is this an inconvenience for you?
Yes, some, but it's nothing you can't work around.
More than 13,000 cars travel along 63 from Jefferson City to Columbia every day. Today, Highway Department crews were busy closing down this main artery and redirecting traffic up 54 to Kingdom City.
Some of them are lost. Some of them don't know how to get to where they need to go with the roads closed. So
63 was expanded to 4 lanes in the mid-'80s, and engineers purposely built the roadway on higher ground to avoid situations just like this.
They looked at maximum flood data and tried to plan to get them up as high as they economically could and still yet avert many floods, and they've done that.
Up until today?
Up until today. This is a big one.
Now, as far as the situation along Highway 54, sandbags are holding back the water from the roadway, and Myers says the river will have to rise another foot before Highway 54 is in jeopardy. In Callaway County, I'm Deborah Levy for News Scene 13.
Highway 54 remained open for nearly 2 more weeks, and it was not high water that forced the twin bridges to be shut down at first. Highway 54 was closed for 12 hours on July 28th, and the entire area evacuated, while emergency crews secured this 20,000-gallon tank that had floated loose from its moorings and was spewing propane.
That tank has the possibility of rocketing, given the fact that there's nothing but water out there. It could plane out across the water. There could be a tremendous fireball.
By evening, the tank was removed from the river and Highway 54 was reopened. But traffic flowed only for a few more hours, as we reported live the very next day on our 6 o'clock news.
We are live at the Missouri River Bridge at Jefferson City, which tonight, for the second day in a row, is closed. No traffic moving across the Highway 54-63 bridge in either direction. It was closed a little over an hour ago due to rising floodwaters on the other side. There has been a battle all day today to try and save that roadway, and Julie Geyer was there for much of it. Julie?
Well, Kermit, you and I are both out on Highway 54 today, of course, watching as workers fought this war against Mother Nature. It is a battle that at this point seems lost, but one these crews said they would fight until the end.
Highway 54 was down to 1 lane in each direction, and that meant bumper-to-bumper traffic during morning rush hour.
That was pretty busy. There was a lot of people coming through.
Highway workers were constantly sandbagging and setting up concrete barriers to keep floodwater off the road. Seepage forced drivers to slow down as they came into the capital city. A fire truck's water jet was doing all it could to shoot the excess over traffic and into a ditch.
If you go down there and look, you would agree too. If you can walk through water on the other side, the barrier would be almost waist deep. We're doing a pretty good job. If it comes over or breaches it, I don't know. We'll just have to fight it out the best we can.
Firefighter Don Bilbrey looked as if he were sitting on a barrier holding back the floodwater himself. He wishes it could be that easy.
yeah, I've been watching it for the last, since yesterday, since they started putting the barricade up. In the last 24 hours, it's probably raised maybe a foot or better.
But as we take a look behind us, it's kind of an eerie sight to think that no sound of traffic, all we hear is the roaring river.
And that's something you rarely hear, is the sound of the water, but tonight it is the omnipresent sound for you. Highway crews are also working feverishly at this hour to save Interstate Highway 70, the bridge at the Missouri River at Rocheport. Workers are building a temporary levee there out of concrete dividers, plastic sheeting, sandbags similar to the ones which were used here on Highway 54. One westbound lane is shut down at this hour, backing up traffic, we are told, for 10 miles or more from Rocheport all the way to the city of Columbia. I-70 eastbound lanes, we are told, are not affected yet. Now, highway officials are advising motorists to stay home tonight unless travel is an emergency and is absolutely necessary. And joining me here now is Jim Toft, the District Highway Engineer for Mid-Missouri. Jim, bring us up to date. You basically are just letting the river have Highway 54 north of the bridge here in Jeff City, correct?
That's right, Kermit. Along about 4:30, the barrier started moving on us, and we felt like it was unsafe for anybody to continue to cross that area. We got our workers, took our equipment, and got out of the way before it finally collapsed.
River currents run through what used to be a highway. Pieces of roadway are lost to the mighty Missouri. Hopes of a reopening are now weeks away. A big chunk of northbound Highway 54 is missing tonight, as the currents have once again shown their strength.
It's all the roadways that have been assaulted, and we're going to turn traffic loose, and we know we're just going to be a mess.
A mess indeed, and Highway 54 is included in that. Mother Nature has taken many roadways with her, along with damaging ramps like the one at Highway 6394, just north of Jefferson City.
The off-ramps are damaged to some extent, but we think we can patch those up pretty fast and make everything workable, at least by the time we see the water down on 63.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it. I just can't believe the water and the strength that water has had against this concrete and the bridges. It's impossible.
The damage is unbelievable. Strong currents are the only things moving on US 54. Some have likened the devastation to an earthquake. 100-foot craters, buckled beltways, the sound of rushing water, not automobiles. With pieces of the highway now missing and bridges closed, detours around the city are expected to last for a while.
I just feel sorry for the people in Holt Summit. You know, I don't know what they'll do to get across and get to work.
Does it shock you?
Yeah, it does. I can't believe the water ever got this high.
The Highway and Transportation Department hopes to have traffic moving over the bridges by Wednesday, but are still afraid they'll find the damage is even worse.
With all the current and the pressure and everything, it just ate away. They lifted the asphalt up and got into the fill, and then it just undermined it at that point. We'll have to put a base back and everything and start from scratch on that part.
The Missouri River still has to fall several more feet until the Highway Department can let traffic move along this once busy highway. But even then, they say it could take several months until US 54 is back to normal. In Callaway County, Gerald Resnick, News Scene 13.
With Highways 54 and 63 both shut down, a 45-minute trip between Columbia and Jefferson City became an hour and 45 minutes. The long detour prompted the state to set up a shuttle bus to get workers from Columbia to Jefferson City. 3 days after Highway 54 was closed, the floodwaters began to recede. The northbound lanes were badly damaged, looking somewhat like they had been bombed from the air. But only after 1 day of cleanup, traffic was flowing again on the southbound lane. However, with Highway 63 still closed, traveling through the twin bridges was slow, with backups of up to 2 miles.
This morning we left at 7:15. We got to work at 8:15.
On time?
No. 45 minutes late.
When the water had cleared from Highway 63, it too was badly damaged, but temporary repairs were completed by mid-August, allowing traffic to move single file on the northbound lanes. Highway 54 reopened to 4 lanes of traffic 1 week later.